Hey everyone, long time no see. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the new iPad. So I know I kind of left off in my last video, I left off talking about the pencil. The thing that's really cool is that the iPad pen works with the new iPad. So I should preface this that there are different ways to upload your lectures into Notability. If you were going to take a lecture handout to class, you know how you would go in and print and then do like different number of slides per page. So you can do the same thing on your computer. You take the PowerPoint and you go to print and you select, like, if you like the 3 slides per page or 6, whatever you like to write on, you select that and then you print to PDF and then you send those PDFs to Notability. But the other thing is if you do 6 slides per page, there's not a lot of room to write, and one of the cool things about Notability is you can take pictures or sections from the textbook and drag them in, so you want to make sure that you have space for that. So I would suggest 3 slides per page. All right, so here we are on the iPad. So here is the Notability app. I'm just going to click it. So when you come in over on the left-hand side, these are like all your different binders. I don't have that many right now because I only really have statistics that I need this for at the moment. But you know, you could have your like pharmacology, nursing 2, and just those are kind of like your separate binders. So in statistics, let's say, I'm gonna go into this one because I know I have an audio recording. Okay, so I chose to import this as a regular PowerPoint. And that's why the slides are so big, but you can also do like print out PDFs. But I really like it like this for the statistics stuff because it's like right in your face and it's really big and there's all these charts and numbers and it's just much easier to see. So the reason I chose Notability over GoodNotes is for this specific reason. Right here is I can record the lectures. So if I click on this, the thing is that the recording syncs with my writing. So let's say, oh, relative frequency. Like, I remember her saying something about this that was important, but I can't remember it. I'm just gonna hold it down.
Our relative frequency polygon does the same thing.
And my audio recording starts playing right when I highlighted this. So that's amazing because I can jump between different topics in the lectures depending on what I was writing at that time. And as you guys know, in nursing school, you're always writing notes. So that's going to be a huge, huge benefit. This is like a text box. This is how to write. So the way I like to do it is I'll hold down and this pops up at the bottom. And what this does is it's just magnifying it. So like I can write bigger and it will come up smaller here. So like I can write, hi, I'm Jess. Okay, and it comes up there. Let's say now I write that and I'm like, oh, I want to move this. I can use this little cut tool and circle it and move it anywhere that I want. I can also make it bigger, smaller, spin it. It's amazing. Okay, so, and then one other kind of fun little tool. Let me see it again. Just want to erase it. Oh yes, then we have the eraser. You know, you can just erase it. That's the eraser. Also, if I wanted to say, let's say I want to draw a line to show this, I just draw a line and then I hold it down and it will straighten it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so, oh, another thing that's super, super awesome is if I come over here and I tap this button and I do this little magnifying glass, I can search anywhere in the slides and within other slides as well. If I go back and scroll up and go to this magnifying glass up at the top, and this is amazing. Like if I'm doing statistics homework and it's like figure out the z-score or something and I'm like, oh, I can't remember what I used for a z-score, I'll just type in, this is hard to type and hold the phone. Okay, so I'll type in z-score. And here is where the z-scores appear in my notes. So say I pick this one, it'll come up over here. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for, but then I can go down to the next one. No. Try this one. Okay, so right here, so z-score, that's what I'm looking for. That was so much quicker than having to go through all these slides to try to figure out where I talked about, in the class we talked about z-scores. So just really, really nice. So I chose to do the statistics in just importing the whole PowerPoint, so it's really big on the page. However, when I do nursing notes within the class, I'm going to set it up like this. Now, this is just a PowerPoint that I found online. This is not something from my school. I know there's a lot of like copyright issues and stuff like that, but this was like a free PowerPoint slide for people that want education from a children's hospital. But I just wanted to show you guys, my mom texted me about food. I just wanted to show you guys. So this is, if your teachers give you a PowerPoint, when you go into PowerPoint, you go to print and you select, it will say like how many slides per page. If you choose the 3 slides per page, this is the one that I like the best because it gives you lines next to it to allow you to write. If you do 4 slides per page, it's just 4 big slides like this, and the 6 would have 3 here. So there's not a lot of space to write. The other good thing about this is if I did want to drag something in, which I'm going to show you in a second, from a textbook or whatever, there's space on the page for me to put it. Another option would be if you go into the side which shows all the different pages, you can also tap this little 3-prong and click add a page. And then like I could put charts and notes there and things like that, but I like things together. So if this slide is talking about financial disclosures and I want to put something about financial disclosures from the book, I want it to be next to it. I don't want it to be on the next page. That's just me. So anyways, close that out. So, okay, let's say I'm in class and like we're writing about financial disclosures. So I click on it and it makes it big down here. And then I can move it. So I'm going to move it to there. And then I would just write on the lines right here. So like a financial disclosure is, right? And see, it pops up right there, perfect. And then here's a cool thing is that like if you get to the end and you go into the blue, well, it will shift it over and then it will shift it down. So like if you're writing in a full page, it goes very sync. This you would have to kind of move it over each time. But so that's pretty cool. Now let's say I want to put something from the book. So I already went into the book and just screenshotted a chart. There's different ways that you can do this, but I'm going to show you, I'll show you 2. All right, so we click here and we click photo, all photo. Okay, so right here, here's a chart from the book that I decided has to do with this and I want to input it. So I took a screenshot of it. If you guys know how to do that, you hold the top button and the circle button at the same time, takes a picture of the screen. Then when it comes in, I click edit. I'm going to crop it down to what I want it to be. Okay, and then I'm going to click done, and then I can put it right there, perfect. Everything that I need to know about financial disclosures is right there. So that's great. Another thing that you can do is if you swipe up from the bottom and click the Safari and drag it, it will open up a separate page. So let's say I'm talking about some type of, I don't know, let's say I'm talking about eczema and I'm like, oh, I need a picture of eczema for my slide so that I don't get confused. So let's say I like this one. I'm gonna click and hold it and just drag it right in. So perfect. Now I'm done with this. I swipe it away and now I have a picture of eczema to go with my slides. And this would be really good for like different you know, diseases that have different patterns of rashes or symptoms, to have the visual right next to it instead of being like, oh, a vesicle rash that radiates out, and then another one is a vesicle rash that radiates in, like it's thicker on the extremities versus it's so much easier to just see it, and it just makes it all better. So it's very like streamlined. So that, I'm gonna delete that because it's a little, I don't really want to stare at that. But okay, so that's pretty much it. And then another thing, for last semester, one thing I did use on here, which I wanted to show you guys because I thought it was really cool, was I went back through all my notes and made little like study guides for the final, for nursing 2, and I did it by unit. So I actually erased all of them, but I had them in my Dropbox, so I brought one in just to show you guys like what it could look like. So this is when I first got it, and I was trying to like get the gist, so I was writing everything out. So I don't have the slides because this is studying for the final, so I went back through the slides and all the things that I was like, oh, I might have forgotten that or whatever, I wrote down. So this is how neat it can be. I was able to get it straight by making the background the lines, and then, well, this is a PDF that I imported, but it did have lines in the background. It's not going to work now because it was exported and then imported, but I used the lines to make sure it was straight, and then I switched it to the white background after because I prefer pages that don't use lines when I'm studying. I just like the words. But anyway, so, you know, I have the different topics in purple, the titles are in blue, keynotes are in pink, and then I just wanted to show you guys, like, I imported these from the internet and my textbook, and, you know, it just shows, like, the different, like, non-stress test patterns, and then, you know, we come down here, like, biophysical profile, like, these are the scoring charts. It's so beautiful. Like, this makes studying so easy. Oh, sorry, I'm pulling in all the eczema pictures. And it's just really nice. If you guys, so yeah, you guys know, if you're in nursing school, the notes are crazy. I mean, my binders at the end of a semester are like this thick, and there's like 2 of them, and it is a lot of information to go through. And this iPad is unbelievable. It's all of those notes right in the iPad that you can easily sift through using a search tool. And personally, I think that this is just going to change the whole way that I study, especially with textbooks too, because our nursing textbooks, there's like 10 of them, and it's so much to carry the textbooks and your binders, and then sometimes you don't have all the information. So I'm really excited about this iPad, and I hope that you guys are too. I think the other thing too that I'm kind of like, oh darn, is I wish I had this iPad in September and did all my notes on it, and then was able to start like a nursing binder with all, you know, the notes and stuff to study for NCLEX, specifically like pharmacology. I made like nice note cards or, you know, different charts for the medications and stuff, and all the actions and side effects, and they're really pretty and all color coordinated, and they took me hours, and I'm like, I wish I had those on the iPad. That as a study tool, I mean, I have them in the note card form, but it's like a ton of note cards, you know, to have them on the iPad that I could easily look through, or, you know, just have as a study tool for my peers. Like, they're so pretty, and they make studying, because pharmacology is very dense, and the different colors to memorize it makes it, just makes it much easier to remember. So I wish that I had those on the iPad, and I don't, and I know I could take pictures of them and put them on there, but it's not the same. So I just think if you guys are debating about getting the iPad and getting the pencil, I'm telling you, it is so amazing. You should do it. So let me know if you guys are using the iPad or thinking about it, what apps that you really like, and you know, just what you think, because I think that it's fantastic. So, all right, I will make another video soon. I'll see you guys later. Bye.